Hey, it's Peter, and today I want to show you how to build a beautiful static website using a CSV file, Eleventy, the gov.uk front end, and a little help from an agentic coding tool. Specifically, I want to show you how I built the public sector AI tools catalog that I demoed in a previous video. Now, the real star of this website is the data, and I really can't take any credit for that. This is all being provided by the data science team within the Government Digital Service. They scrape the web several times a week using AI tools to find whatever public information they can about public sector AI tools being developed. They then deduplicate, structure, clean, and organize that information to drive this little website that you can see here. So I love playing with this website. It's a lot of fun to kind of click on these nodes and zoom in and move around, but it's not particularly accessible, and it's definitely not following the gov.uk design system. So I thought it would be fun to see if I could take the data and turn it into a more gov.uk looking website that's a little bit easier to use. Now, thankfully, they allow you to download a CSV file of this data. So I went ahead and grabbed that file, and then I brought it into an agentic coding tool. Now, I'm using Cursor, but you could use Claude Code or Devin or Antigravity or anything else that you like. So this was my prompt. I said Eleventy to create a static site using the gov.uk design system and styles. The site should allow users to browse a catalog of AI tools in use within the public sector. It should enable them to browse by organization or AI method with a single page for each row in a supplied CSV file. Here's a snippet of the file showing the headers and a few rows of data. What questions do you have? So you can see here where I put in the headers and a few rows of data, and then I think it was really critical that I asked it what questions it had, because I was super impressed with what it came back with. You can see some of these here, like where will the full CSV live in the repo? How often will it change? All kinds of things that I really hadn't thought about, but they're really relevant questions in terms of how I would want this thing built. So then I went back, and as you can see here, I just kind of gave it a big wall of text. I think I actually dictated this as well and just gave it kind of a stream of consciousness. So after I'd answered these questions, I asked it to go ahead and create a first version. With a little bit of back and forth, we arrived at this, which already has the tabs. It's got pages for each one of the tools. It has full text search, and it was a little bit rough around the edges still, so I went in and did a few more refinements. The other thing is that because this is a freestanding tool, it's not associated with gov.uk or GDS in any way. I can't actually use the crown logo, and I can't use the transport typeface that was in the first version. So I asked it to pull those out, and it did so immediately. And then I had a version that was ready for me to go in and make a few little manual tweaks that were faster for me to do on my own. I was really surprised. I should point out here that I never used Eleventy before this. I had just done a bit of research, and it looked like a good place to start. I have built a lot of other websites, and I've used a lot of other static tools like Hugo and other things. So it was pretty easy for me to jump in and do that. But if you look at the page structure here, you can see that it's using Nunjux templates. That's what these NGK files are, which is kind of the native templating language that the gov.uk front end uses. It's a pretty simple kind of layout. The JavaScript for the search function is very concise. It's only about 275 lines, and it's all vanilla JavaScript, so no frameworks or anything like that, which makes it really nice to work with and very portable. So I knew I wanted to use AWS to host this. I've used Amplify before for other projects and really like how easy it is to just do the build and then host it on edge servers with really great performance, and it's quite cost effective. So I told Cursor that I wanted to use this, and it instantly created an Amplify YAML file for me. I committed everything into my Git repo, and with a few clicks, I had wired it up to my Amplify instance. I put a custom domain on it, and it was live on the internet. So now anytime I make any changes and push them into my Git repo, within seconds they're deployed and live for everyone to see. So that's how I built a very simple and very attractive static website using the gov.uk design system, Eleventy, a CSV file, and some help from an agentic coding tool. If you'd like to learn more about how the web scraping works, please comment below, and I'll try to do a video on that. If you have any other questions, please leave a comment, and I'll try to respond to those. As always, thank you for watching, and please remember to like and subscribe and share with your friends and family and coworkers, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.